Hello, everyone. So I want to tell you a story today. It's 5 a.m. The alarm goes off. I snooze it. I turn over and I enter this blissful state of semi-slumber. 10 minutes later, the alarm goes off again. I snooze it again. And I start feeling a little bit guilty that I should be getting up. But, the covers was just so snug and comfortable. And 2 minutes before it's due to go off again, because I'm not quite asleep anymore, I start arguing with myself and I'm like, should I get up the next time it goes off, or should I just turn over and ignore it altogether? But actually, I should have just gotten up the first time, right? Deny thy flesh, as they say. But if you're not a morning person like I am, I'm sure that you can relate. Now, Robin Sharma coins this phrase and he says, win your morning and elevate your life. Okay, it's part of the 5 a.m. club. His idea is to get up at 5 a.m. and I can totally get that, right? When I wake up early, and if I can wake up early and actually get up, I must admit I do feel more productive and I feel like I have control over everything that's happening, the chaos of running a business, everything else that's happening with friends and family. Because actually I have time to just draw aside. I have time to be a little bit quiet. I can reflect. I can do my exercise. I can plan for the day, even before the day has started. Like even before anyone else has gotten up, except my husband who wakes up really early. This is the dream. And this is the ideal life, right? And maybe that's even your morning routine that you've put in place. But I really like my sleep. So it's really hard to actually get up at 5 a.m. But today's session is not about necessarily encouraging you to get up at 5 a.m., even though I highly would recommend that you look into that concept. I do highly suggest that you look at Robin Sharma's Facebook group. I guess it's a club, but it's on Facebook. But anyway, go look at his group and go find some inspiration from fellow 5 a.m. clubbers that have gotten this nailed, and some people that have not gotten it nailed. But anyway, the principle I want to discuss today is something that he calls the Traffic University. Now, I have adhered to this principle even before I knew it existed, just because I really like being productive, as some of you guys might have noticed, hence hashtag productivity, right? But I know that during lockdown, a lot of people have stopped traveling, especially during the beginning stages, right? We weren't out on the roads as much. And so there you might say, okay, what is this concept of Traffic University, right? Well, the principle stands regardless of whether we are in the space where we have a lot of traffic or not. But really what it says is it's taking pockets of unproductive or potentially wasted time, for example, like being stuck in traffic, and transforming it into a time that is meant for learning and growth. You can use it to listen to audiobooks, to podcasts, and anything like that that will help you to change those pockets of unproductive time into something that can equip and inspire you for the rest of your day, or if it's at the end of your day, to close off the day, right? Now, as I said, even though during lockdown there hasn't been much traveling, and for me, I haven't traveled much at all. I'm even reconsidering having to claim a portion of my fuel for business purposes. But anyway, even though I don't do that, I still pop a podcast in my ears when I'm doing a workout, when I'm going for a run, or even when I'm doing chores at home. Anything that's a mindless task that I can elevate to a more productive time in some way, shape, or form. Because I don't like just, folding up the laundry. You could be doing something so much more productive with your mind, right? And then at least I don't feel guilty about having to do the laundry. So I listen to podcasts really often, and I even binge listen to some series of podcasts in the same way that people binge watch Netflix. I'll just go find an awesome podcast and I'll just be like, cool, I want to go listen to all of their podcasts that they have done up until now. And I'll just keep listening and listening until I've caught up, which is really cool. I love it. Now, I have a few firm favorites that have stood the test of time over the past, probably about a year and a half for me. And I'll start sharing them with you in next week's session. And some of them might relate to you and some might not. But anyway, go check out our next session coming up. But the people that know me know that I listen to podcasts at 2 to 2.5 times speed, depending on what I'm listening to. Sometimes a little bit faster, depending on how slowly the person is speaking. I do everything fast, and other than running maybe. But podcast is one of those things that I definitely do fast. Same goes for webinars. But That sometimes means that I'm just a consumer of the content instead of being an active participant. So remember what I always refer back to. I say that knowledge is not power, it is only potential power. It's once we put those practices in place and put it into action that it truly becomes power. So you can use this concept of the traffic university or running or walking university, whatever you would like to refer to it to grow you if you allow it to, by implementing some of those concepts that you are learning about. Alternatively, you may decide, actually, I don't have space in my brain to like eke out any more productivity. Actually, I just need time for myself. Well, then go download a nice little fiction book or a novel or something that's a bit of a guilty pleasure, I guess, right? And just spend some time doing a little bit of self-care. And you can come back home at the end of the day feeling refreshed and ready for what's waiting for you on the other side of the door, because we don't always know, and just ready to tackle whatever comes next. There really are so many opportunities that we have to be able to elevate our lives if we would take a moment out to reflect and figure out what they are. That's all I'm saying. So pick one of these opportunities. Doesn't have to be one that I've listed today, but pick an opportunity, run with it. And I would really like to know how these are making a difference in your life. So really, please pop a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to know how you guys have been implementing some of these productivity tips and tools that I've been giving to you. And let me know, what are your favorite ones? Which ones do you want to dive into deeper about? And let's really help you to dive deeper into improving your productivity. So that is it from me. So I will say #productivity out, and I'll see you next time as we are talking more about podcasts and what are the ones that are my favorites. Until next time, see you then. Bye.